Also true is the idiocy that is often spewed from some of the shining stars of today's Democrat Party. Let me give you Tim Walz as an example. This is vintage Governor Walz, Tampon Tim, as he is affectionately known because of his insistence on installing tampon machines in boys' bathrooms in Minnesota. Check out what he said about what's happening to America under the guidance and leadership of President Donald J. Trump.
You see the nonsense that's being put forward on that. We're going to need your voice there, because I would just end with this, and we're seeing it in these town halls. That charismatic leader's not going to come there. You know, I see the pundits on TV. What's wrong with the Democratic Party? What's wrong is our country's being stole by fascists and Nazis, and we're trying to do all we can to try and do that. But we need to use all the tools in our...
Yeah, they're going to go crazy, and they're going to go nuts over this story that English is becoming the official language for the first time in the history. I'm blown away that we've never had an an official language in the history of the country. First time ever. But yeah, you keep it up, Tim Walz. You keep it up, lefties. You keep it up, Democrats, because you're the gift that keeps giving. You may never win another election if you don't get your act together. In fact, Dana Perino had a really smart analysis. I think she's one of the smartest. I love her. I really think she's wonderful. One of my favorite Fox News personalities. And, not everybody agrees all the time with everybody, but I like her a lot. I think she's got a warm spirit. I think she's got kind of an aura about her. In fact, we got to interview her a year or two ago, and she was so kind and gracious and friendly, and remembered my days as a Fox News contributor. And I just think she's amazing. And she had a really smart analysis about the blessing that Trump receives every day from political opponents like Tim Walz. Here's what Dana said on Fox News Channel.
Do you remember that Ilhan Omar caused a multi-week kerfuffle, including a vote for being censored in the House because she suggested that Jewish people in America have dual loyalties? Mm-hmm. Remember that? Like, she almost got censored, even by Nancy Pelosi. That was a huge deal. Now they're doing the same. Also, I think that President Trump is blessed with the dumbest opposition. Right? They cannot figure out get their footing, and part of it is what Jesse said, is that their media operation has collapsed. But the other thing is, Elon Musk was bullied terribly. He was abused terribly. And he was able to get himself out of that. And guess what? This is the other thing that kills me. He could live anywhere in the world, and he chose us. Mm-hmm. He chose America, and this is where he has his companies. This is where the innovation is coming from. And he single-handedly is going to solve rural broadband. Mm-hmm. Because going back for years, we're going to figure out how are we going to connect rural America to the internet. And the Biden administration had all this money pledged for it, spend a bunch, never even dropped a cable. Now Starlink is going to be able to solve that problem for a much less price. So I think that Trump has terrible opposition. I do feel what Jesse said. Argue with him on the merits, but if you look at what he has accomplished and overcome in his life, any of them would be proud of that person if his name wasn't Elon Musk.
She's so right. And, she's referring to his childhood and his youth and how he was bullied and picked on and became this brilliant creator. And he is a creator, right? But look at what they're doing to him now. Arguably, he's being bullied and harangued and attacked now. And, of course, we know that open borders is a major platform of today's Democrat Party. They don't want border security. They don't believe in American sovereignty. We know that, right? Check out Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur, Democrat from the Buckeye State of Ohio, going after Elon.
Mr. Musk has just been here 22 years, and he's a citizen of 3 countries. I always ask myself the question, with the damage he's doing here, when push comes to shove, which country is he loyalty to? South Africa? Canada? Or the United States? And he's only been a citizen, I'll say again, 22 years.
She had to repeat that point. He's only been a citizen for 22 years. He's bad. He's terrible, right? Marcy, what a dingbat. What an absolute clown. Well, who's he loyal to? I guarantee you, Marcy Kaptur has never, ever said that about any Mexican who swam across the Rio Grande and has lived here for the last 22 years illegally. Guarantee you she's never wondered, well, who is a Mexican loyal to? If you're here in the United States and you're from Mexico, you think Marcy Kaptur has ever worried about which country an illegal is loyal to? Because I can help you with the answer. I mean, Dana is right. We're blessed with the dumbest of opponents. If that woman, Marcy Kaptur, is our political opponent, we're going to be just fine. Because she's going to help blow up her party forever. We'll never have another Democrat in the White House if they keep it up. Joy Behar wanted to get in on the act, too. Joy Behar over at The View, she, too, is like a little Christmas present every day.
And he doesn't get to he can take a nap while the guy was not born in this country, who was born under apartheid in South Africa, so has that mentality going on. He was pro-apartheid, as I understand it. I think this is just perfectly wonderful for Trump. He can take a nap and let this foreign agent, an enemy of the United States, do his job.
Did you hear all of that? Now, there's so much there to unpack, and I know it's a clown named Joy Behar. I know they're clowns. I get they're clowns. I get these are not serious people. But there are people who watch that stupid show and listen to these dingbats. They listen to these morons. But can you play that again? That is so rich. Incidentally, she was forced to walk it back because, of course, she slandered and disparaged Elon Musk. She lied about Elon Musk, South Africa, and apartheid. And like Sonny Hostin was forced to do on multiple occasions, they made Joy Behar retract what she said. But I want to play the original clip again. Understand, millions of people saw her say this jaw-dropping, bigoted, vicious, reprehensible thing about Elon Musk.
And he doesn't get to he can take a nap while the guy was not born in this country, who was born under apartheid in South Africa, so has that mentality going on. He was pro-apartheid, as I understand it. I think this is just perfectly wonderful for Trump. He can take a nap and let this foreign agent, an enemy of the United States, do his job.
This foreigner, this enemy of the United States. You know how many people work, how many American citizens have a great career with Elon Musk's companies? What do you think Joy Behar ever created in her miserable existence? You think there's anything she built? You think she built any companies? All she did is what I do, run our fat mouths. That's all we do. We're just big mouth talk show hosts, and she's going to accuse Elon Musk of being an enemy of the state and a foreigner. A foreigner. Boy, they finally found an immigrant they dislike. Now, again, she was forced to walk it back. She had to retract what she said in her reprehensible, bigoted accusations about Elon Musk. Here's what she said later in that stupid program.
Now I'm getting some flack because I said that Musk was pro-apartheid. I don't really know for sure if he was. He grew up at that time when apartheid was in full bloom before the great Nelson Mandela fixed that. He was around at that time, but maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. He might have been a young guy, too.
Might have been.
So don't be suing me, okay, Elon? They're allowed to say any lie they want, but we have to be really strict. That's why this show's important.
Oh, yeah, that's why this show's important. Why don't you retract or walk back that he's an enemy of the United States, you fool? Why don't you walk back that you called him a foreigner? That's all. That part's all right. But obviously the lawyers got to her, the censors over at ABC, and said, Joy, you're going to get sued. You better walk that back. He was not pro-apartheid. Again, these aren't serious people, but we better pay attention to them. And we ought to amplify their voices because we need to help with the destruction of the Democrat Party. We've got to make sure that there isn't another loony liberal Democrat who ever gets elected to office again. Thanks to Joy Behar and Marcy Kaptur and scores of others, we're getting a lot of help. I'm just so happy about the president making English the official language. There's nothing else that can erase my excitement. 800-655-MIKE. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you don't. Are you unhappy? A lot of Democrats are unhappy. Oh, boy, are they unhappy. They're mad at Elon. Elon Musk, all of a sudden, is the wrong kind of immigrant. Wink, wink. You know, there's the sort of bigotry that Democrats exhibit. Sometimes it's subtle and kind of hidden. Other times it just bubbles up to the surface. Check out Joy Behar. Joy Behar of The View. What an amazingly candid confirmation of what a disgusting bigot she is. And she's not the only one either. I want you to check out what the Elon Musk haters are saying these days. Here's joyless Joy Behar, this miserable old woman with bigotry just oozing from her pores. Check out how she described Elon Musk yesterday on The View.
And he doesn't get to he can take a nap while the guy was not born in this country, who was born under apartheid in South Africa, so has that mentality going on. He was pro-apartheid, as I understand it. I think this is just perfectly wonderful for Trump. He can take a nap and let this foreign agent, an enemy of the United States, do his job.
Did you hear how she corrected it? This foreigner, foreign agent. Yeah, the foreigners. You know, Joy, those darn foreigners are taking over America. And then she said foreign agent, an enemy of the United States. And she lied that he supported apartheid. She had to later correct herself like those dumb women always do because the lawyers are terrified that they're going to get sued into oblivion. But look, it's not enough to hear from Joy Behar. How about Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur from Ohio? This is a Democrat from Ohio holding some speech somewhere in the middle of a parking lot with a stupid podium. Listen to what she said about Elon Musk.
Mr. Musk has just been here 22 years, and he's a citizen of 3 countries. I always ask myself the question, with the damage he's doing here, when push comes to shove, which country is he loyalty to? South Africa? Canada? Or the United States? And he's only been a citizen, I'll say again, 22 years.
I am so glad you reminded us of only 22. How many years are you allowed to be a good immigrant, Marcy? Hey, Marcy, is it 25 years? 30 years? 22 is not enough for that dingbat from Ohio. Marcy Kaptur. I want to learn a little bit about her because what a piece of work. Because we know about Jasmine Crockett, and she's another doozy. It's like she said, hold my beer. She doesn't want to be outshadowed or outperformed by the bigoted rantings of people like Joy Behar and Marcy Kaptur. So Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, always the gift that keeps on giving, she said, hold my beer.
As it relates to X, he has never made a profit since he bought X. In fact, the value of X is 75% lower than it has ever been. So if I am going to go look for somebody to run a business, I'm going to look for someone who is going to run one successfully. And before people start screaming and yelling about, well, he's a billionaire. Yeah, when you know the right people and they'll just give you money, then you can become a billionaire too. And maybe one day all of us will have that kind of access. But until then.
I mean, she's like a character from some Bravo TV show, like a reality. You know what I mean? She can't be real. People actually voted for that. People voted for that woman. And I hope she keeps it going. I really do. I hope she keeps running her mouth and keeps stepping in it, because they'll never win another election. Democrats are never going to win again with people like Jasmine Crockett and Marcy Kaptur at the helm. I actually love it. I am just in a celebratory mood today. How about you? Welcome in to a Friday episode of the Mike Gallagher Show in the Relief Factor Studios. 800-655-MIKE. We got to talk about them foreigners. Yeah, Joy. That foreigner. Oh, finally, Democrats found an immigrant they despise. You see, you can be an immigrant to this country. Come one, come all, but you better be the right kind of immigrant. You got to sneak into the country in the dead of night. You got to not pay taxes, and you got to take health care benefits and educational opportunities. You got to, stay in the shadows. But if you're an immigrant like Elon Musk, oh boy, you are bad, bad news. 800-655-MIKE. Call or text. Join us.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.